If you were to build what is perhaps the finest station wagon in the world, you'd make it luxurious, safe, and comfortable. Like the 1993 Buick Roadmaster Estate Wagon.
Hey everybody, this is Danny B, and welcome to another edition of This Old Car. Today we'll be talking about one of my favorites, the Buick Estate Wagon. You know, just saying Buick Estate, which was used by the Buick division of General Motors, just saying that name meant luxury and full size, but it was a luxury full-size station wagon that was produced from 1940 to 1964 and from 1970 to the year 1996. Did you know that the estate nameplate was derived from the term country estate in wealthy suburban areas, and estate car, the British term for a station wagon? Here's a tidbit for you. You know, back in the 40s, the Cadillac division did not offer a factory-produced station wagon in North America until 2010, and that was the Cadillac CTS Sport Wagon. Yes. The Buick Estate served as the flagship station wagon entry from General Motors, slotted slightly above its Oldsmobile divisional counterpart, the Oldsmobile Custom Cruiser. Now look at this. This is the first Buick Estate station wagon. It was large-bodied, huge, wide wheelbase. It was called a Buick Super. It was introduced mid-year only for 1940 with a wooden body. The 1940 Super Estate was very exclusive with a retail price of $1,242, or the equivalent of $27,202 in 2024 dollars. Here's an interesting fact. The wood used in the 1940 estate wagon was mahogany for the panels and oak for the trim. It was different from other wagons that only used one source of wood for their wagons. For 1946, Buick offered the Super Estate Wagon, and it was listed at $2,594, or a whopping $54,776 in 2024 dollars, and a production total of 786 were produced. For model year 1947, the estate wagon body style was offered in two flavors, the Super and the Roadmaster models, with the Super being the more modestly equipped and the Roadmaster being the luxury version, while both offered the wooden body panels. By the 1950s, due to the high maintenance required of the genuine wood veneer panels, which required a coat of varnish to keep the appearance in good shape, the use of wood gradually decreased. By 1950, it wasn't much more than window surround for the exterior, while more modestly used inside, where the wood was protected from the elements. You know, in 1959, the LeSabre Estate came into the picture. It was introduced on the B platform. Also in 1959, the intermediate Invicta Estate was offered with a listed retail price of $3,841, while the junior LeSabre station wagon was listed at $3,320. The LeSabre Estate Wagon came standard with the larger 325 horsepower 401 V8 from the Wildcat and Electra 225 models. For 1963, the Invicta series had a 6-passenger station wagon as its sole model. You know, nothing lasts forever, so the estate wagon was replaced by the new, smaller A-platform Buick Sport Wagon making the B-body Chevrolet Impala Estate and Pontiac Safari the only full-sized GM station wagons until 1970. By the way, there was a redo of the Buick Estate wagon. It was reintroduced in 1970 as the top-level luxury station wagon for GM. It was to compete against the Mercury Colony Park and Chrysler New Yorker town and country vehicles, which I might add were very nice. Yeah, the Buick Estate wagon that was reintroduced in 1970 was Buick's first full-sized station wagon since 1964. It was available as a separate series on the B-body LeSabre chassis. It took the senior position above the Buick Sport Wagon mid-sized station wagon. Here's an interesting fact. From 1967 until the Estate returned in 1970, GM's most upscale full-sized station wagon offering simulated wood-grained paneling was the Pontiac Executive Safari station wagon and Chevrolet Caprice Custom Estate. Yeah, the wagon war was on. The Estate returned to an earlier tradition during the 1940s and 1950s of positioning its luxury vehicles similar to the top-level Electra 225, with full power amenities, air conditioning, and the available AM/FM radio, and included an optional roof-installed luggage rack with a vinyl roof covering available. To accommodate various load duties, the second-row bench seat had a 60-40 split for additional passengers and cargo, while using the Buick 455 V8 for easy driving. The 1971 to 1976 Estates were the first Buick station wagons to be built on GM's longest chassis since the Roadmaster Estates of 1947 through 1953. The 1971 through 1976 GM full-size bodies at 64.3 inches or 1,630 millimeters. Front shoulder room set a record for interior width that would not only be matched by any car until the full-size GM rear-wheel drive models of the early to mid-1990s. The Estate also shared the Electra's 225's interior and exterior styling from 1971 to 1974. Yeah, they even added the 4 venti ports on the front quarter panels. The door trim and seats were not as plush in 1971 through the 1974 wagons, and no door pull strap was included as it was on the Electra. The Estate wagons also featured a new clamshell tailgate design, marketed as the Glide Away Tailgate. Yeah, these were interesting, where the rear power-operated glass slid up into the roof as the lower tailgate manually or with power assist slid into a recess under the cargo floor. Take a look at this. This is an incredible, ingenious idea. It's like a top-hinge tailgate. Yeah, the clamshell design allowed a user to stand directly at the open cargo area without impediment, nothing in its way, making loading and unloading much easier. Fascinating how this worked. In 1977, the Buick Estate was downsized and relaunched on General Motors' B-body. In 1979, an Estate Wagon Limited was offered with many previously extra-cost options now included as standard in addition to the Estate Wagon. The Limited model included venti ports, and the interior had velour upholstery with loose pillow design seating or vinyl with leather available in later years. 1977 was big, and the tradition of the luxury items continued with power windows, power adjustable driver split bench seat, 6-speaker stereo system, and other luxury features found on the Buick Electra. Let's move forward a few years into 1980. That's where the body changes made the wagon more aerodynamic for better fuel efficiency. Okay, that was 1980. Let's move over to 1990, which would be the Buick Estate's final year. The Electra and the LeSabre model designations were dropped, and the car was once again sold simply as the Estate Wagon. We've come full circle on this wagon name, haven't we? The Estate trim designation continued on the full-size Roadmaster station wagons from 1991 to 1996. And like the Roadmaster, the Century Estate continued to be sold through 1996. Well, there you have it, the history of the Buick Estate wagon. Did you or your family own one? How long did you own it? And what family trips did you take in it? What did you like about those station wagons? We want to know. Leave us your comments below. Also, hit that subscribe button. We would really love to have you as a subscriber. That would definitely help us out with this algorithm here on this here channel. If you like this video, hit that like button. Again, subscribe and hit that bell for future notifications. This is Danny B with This Old Car, and we'll see you next time.